Hello, everybody. I'm Marina Martinez-Bateman. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting, an equity and comms consulting firm here in Portland, Oregon. Every Monday on this channel, I come on and I give you my intentions for the week, and then every Thursday, I come back and tell you how I did. It is March 22nd. My intentions for this week are embracing my existence as a natural thing. I can't find where I talked about this before, but I swear to fuck, I talked about this on this channel where my body, I'm trying to operate in a world of body-led working. That's one of the reasons why I do these videos, is I'm trying to talk to you and me and document this journey of trying to work at this company and build this company in such a way that it is body-centered, human-centered, that working here feels good, gets us paid, pays the bills, and then also allows us, the people who work here and the people we work with, to benefit from a more holistic, more symbiotic, more productive, just kind of generally better relationship with themselves as a natural thing in the natural world and also in community. That's why we're, very anti-racist. That's why we work on continuing our education in that regard. That's why we do equity and comms at the same time, because in my mind, they can't be separated, etc., etc. That's why I wake up when I wake up and I go to sleep when I go to sleep, which is I wake up at like 10:30 and I go to sleep at like 3. It's because that is the natural rhythm of my body. And so I work to that, and that's my priority. As we've grown, it's been harder to respect that boundary from my body and not overwork, not slip back into old habits that I had of skipping meals or of getting frantically up in my head and just sort of sitting at my desk and getting basically nothing done, but freaking out for hours, that kind of stuff. So I've had to figure out how to adjust to our current size while still doing the same work I had been doing when we were broke as shit, had no fucking clients, but I was super good at centering my body, waking up at a real time, getting, a slow start to the day, which is what works for me, getting physical exercise, moving outside, eating on a regular basis, eating foods that I make, eating foods that are like more likely than not fresh versus packaged, but sometimes also packaged foods. Like I know some people will be like, all you have to do is eat fruits and vegetables and you glow and are rich. Bullshit. But there are things that I know that I like to do, and I have things that energize me and make me just work better in the world, feel better in the world. So how do I integrate that into this new growing company? How do I not get swept up with our movement and forget to take care of myself? That's been a question I've been asking for weeks now, months now, and still I'm answering, still I'm working. And the truth is that I get really caught up in old metrics, how many hours I spend on something, how many touches I have, how many this or that. How many clients do I have in the pipeline? How many, these numbers, they're important. I'm not going to say they're not. I'm not going to pretend that's not a key part of running a business. However, I'm also realizing that when I'm putting the cart before the horse, which is when I'm looking at the numbers and not looking at my body and the tool that makes those numbers go up or can make them go down, when I'm not putting that first, I'm really fucking myself. I'm really just digging a fucking hole and laying down in it. Because when I need the energy and when I need the brain space to be able to talk to someone about trends or be able to show up in a meeting and say and do what I need, be able to have the recall that I need. And we are still in a global pandemic. Like nobody's brain is 100% right now. So when I'm talking about have the recall, be able to do the shit that I need to do, we're also talking about having realistic expectations about what your brain looks like on month 12 of global pandemic. So having that be there. Always reminding people that this motherfucker is stressful. So my intention for this week is to do further work on centering my body as a natural thing. Asking myself, what does my success come from? Because the truth is, my success is based largely on my ability to do creative work with my mind, to come up with things from whole cloth. How I implement that work obviously matters, but it's my brain that's doing the work. And when I neglect my brain by forcing it to sit behind a desk when it doesn't want to, or when that's not helping or making me feel productive, when I neglect my brain by not moving my body and getting extra oxygen up in here, when I neglect my brain by not feeding it regularly or the foods that it likes the most, when I neglect my brain by negative self-talk, by a lack of self-reflection, by staying up late. I do stay up late as a consequence. That's just how my body rhythm is. But when I stay up even later than that, I feel it, and it's not healthy or helpful to me. So going to sleep when my body wants to sleep and waking up when my body wants to wake up instead of pushing it or whatever is important to me. So that's my intention for this week. I know I've been kind of having a variation of that intention every week. I may actually change it to just talking about how body-led working is my intention every week and just how that is appearing in my workload on a granular level. I don't know, but that's my intention for this week, is to continue to lean into body-led working, to continue to prioritize what my body needs. And the truth is that we live in a culture where no one in this culture, but especially not people of color, people who are not men, transgender people, disabled people, all of the things I am, right? Where people like me have been told explicitly that we are not allowed to want things, and that we're not allowed to have our dreams met, or that we are not allowed to have our boundaries respected, or that we are not allowed to work in the ways that feel right for us. So the idea that I'm just going to ask myself, hey bro, how do you want to work? And myself is going to be like, oh, I've been waiting forever for you to ask. I have a list. That's not going to happen. We've been pushing these needs down for decades. So that's going to be a slow rollout. That's going to take a long time. But that is my Monday update. What are your intentions? How are you leaning into body-led working this week? How are you leading with your body and what it needs? Tell me down below. See you Thursday.